Hi there, sweet friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on the mat for a power flow, building strength, cultivating balance. And I designed this class to align with not only the new moon stepping into this new energy, but we're also shedding the year of the snake. So shedding energies, patterns, beliefs that no longer serves us. It's the start of the lunar new year. So of course, in Celtic tradition and in many, many traditions across the world, we actually celebrate the new year at this time because, like, the last 2 months haven't felt like a new year in nature. And now we're stepping in, or shall we say, galloping into the year of the horse, where we're feeling empowered. We're shaking off any doubts, any fears, and really embodying the life we envision for ourselves. And so with that, we will begin our practice in child's pose. But before we kind of go into child's pose, just meet me here on your knees, kind of shimmy out the shoulders. Let's take a big cleansing breath. Sorry, I'm not sure what notification popped up. We'll ignore it for now. So when I say a big cleansing breath, biggest inhale we've taken all day. Tongue out, audible exhale. Just shutting off any noise from the outside world, conscious that anytime our mind begins to wander from the present moment of our personal practice, just shift your awareness back to the awareness of just focusing on your breath. And so with that, we will begin our practice in child's pose. So remember, big toes come together to touch. Back of our glutes comes onto the back of our heels. If that's inaccessible, we can always use a bolster, a pillow, just to help us really focus on breathing inside our hips. We're slowly going to walk our hands forward in front of us. And we want to use our fingertips to press and push into the earth, to push and get a deeper sensation in towards the hips. Beginning to cultivate slower and deeper breaths here. Forehead to the mat. Mine's just lifted so you can hear me. What? 2 seconds. Staying here in our child's pose. Interesting. And with our heart to the earth, perhaps set an intention for our practice. Maybe the intention you've set for this new year. Cultivating that discipline. Remember, discipline creates freedom. The freedom of our time to align ourselves to who we want to be. 3 more full rounds of breath here, really anchoring into this present moment. On our next inhale, we're going to slide our hands underneath our shoulders, stack our hips I'm not sure where I'm trying to go with this. Just meeting each other in tabletop pose. Brain fart here. Stacking our hips over the knees. Goodness gosh. And just kind of swaying our hips from side to side. Remembering our fingertips are as wide as they can be. And maybe just tracing some circles with our hips in a way that feels good for us. And then trace those circles in the opposite direction. And then we'll meet here in neutral tabletop. Gaze facing forward, core tucked up and in. And on our next inhale, we're slowly going to lift our gaze, lift our hips, arch our spine here to find cow, creating space to breathe into our abdomen. And on our exhale, slowly tuck our chin to our chest. Curve the spine, breathe into the tops of our back. Maybe lift up onto the fingertips, stretching like a cat. And the exhale, slowly come down. Inhale, prepare for cow. Lift the gaze, lift the hips, arch the spine, breathe into the abdomen. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Lift the palms, come onto the fingertips, breathe into the backs like a cat. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, find cow, last time. Exhale, find cat. Inhale, neutral tabletop. So now we just warmed up the spine. Now we're going to stabilize it, play with our balance, and cultivate a little bit of strength in the core, the spine, the hip flexors. So staying in tabletop. On our next inhale, we're going to extend our left leg straight back. And our right arm hovers forward. Making sure our left fingertips are as wide as they can be and are engaged. Core tucks up and in, flat back. Exhale, slowly drop right hand, left knee to the mat. Mindfully sway hips from side to side. On our next inhale, we're going to extend our right leg straight back. And inhale, left arm reaches forward in front of us. Making sure our right fingertips are as wide as they can be and engaged. Flat back, core tucks up and in. Exhale, slowly lower left hand, right knee. Mindfully sway our hips from side to side. And then we're going to keep our hands where they are underneath our shoulders. We're slowly going to bend our elbows, sliding forward, sliding our legs straight back. So we're preparing for cobra here, or baby cobra. On our next inhale, gently peel our chest from the earth. We're not taking full cobra just yet. Exhale, slowly lower. We're going to extend our arms to a T. Let's come on to our fingertips. Elbows at a micro bend. Inhale, baby cobra. Gaze over our left shoulder. Exhale, slowly melt back down. Inhale, gaze over our right shoulder. Exhale, slowly come back down. Bring your hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to tuck our toes, press our knees into the mat. Glutes presses up high to the sky. Inhale, press up, modified push-up. Exhale, our toes are tucked and we're just bringing our glutes back to find this variation of child's pose. Inhale, we're finding neutral tabletop. Next inhale, hover the knees, engage the core. And exhale, reach our heels towards the backs of our mats to find our first downward facing dog of the practice. Lifting one heel, straightening out the opposite leg. Then lifting the other heel and just pedaling out the feet here in our down dog. Let's take the cleansing breath here with both heels reaching towards the backs of our mats. So big inhale through the nose. Tongue out. Double exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Come high on our tippy toes. We're going to walk our tippy toes to the backs of our hands. Exhale, find ourselves in this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. making sure our toes are as wide as they can be. Remember, big toe, pinky toe, and heel is firmly rooted into the earth. Toes are as wide as they can be. Micro bend the knees. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our heart center, just taking this opportunity to return to the cultivation of the steadiness of our breath and bring our awareness back to the present moment. Tuning in to our body, allowing it to communicate with us through the sensation that it feels through this moving meditation. Exhale, our hands come beside our hips. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. We're going to keep our fingers interlaced, and we can have our pointer fingers and our thumb pointed like this, reaching high overhead. And on our exhale, we're just going to bend to our right, creating space in our left side body. Inhale, reach up high overhead. And exhale, drop towards the left to create space to breathe into our right side. Inhale, reach high overhead. Exhale, make a W shape with the arms, bringing our shoulder blades together to touch. Fingertips face towards the back of the room. Micro bend the knees, ever so slightly lift the chin, just baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, slowly melt back down into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lift the heels. So we find ourselves in this toe squat variation. Plant our hands forward in front of us, fingers as wide as they can be. And on our next inhale, just mindfully step back. So we're in plank pose. Exhale, slowly lower down to low plank. Inhale, press up to high plank. And exhale, reach our heels back to find downward facing dog, this triangular shape with our body, just pedaling out the feet. Remember, we're putting weight on our index finger and our thumb, not dumping all the weight on the outside of our wrists. Next inhale, gaze forward, come high on our tippy toes. We're going to walk our tippy toes to the backs of our hands, so we find ourselves in this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, hands come down beside our hips. Micro bend the knees. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. Interlace our fingers, pointer finger and thumb. Doesn't need to interlace, we're just pointing. Reaching our arms long, nice and overhead. And exhale, dropping towards the right, breathing into our left side body. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. And exhale, dropping towards the left, creating space in our right side body. Inhale, both arms reach long overhead. Exhale, make a W shape with the arms, fingertips face towards the backs of our arms. Micro bend the knees, ever so slightly lift our chin, baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. Exhale, slowly come back down into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. So we're back in our toe squat variation. We can use our hands to assist us. Maybe we can bring our hands to prayer position to play with some ankle balance wherever we are. See if we can slowly drop our knees forward in front of us, bringing our knees hover back up in towards our chest. Let's just do this 2 more times. So slowly drop knees down forward in front of us. Inhale, bring them back up. Once more. Exhale, slowly drop the knees. Inhale, press up. We're going to bring our hands in front of the knees, fingertips as wide as they can be. And we're lightly going to step back into plank pose. Slowly lower all the way down. Hands stay where they are underneath our shoulders. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower down. We're going to meet each other in downward facing dog. So however we need each other there, creating that triangular shape with the body, pedaling out the feet. Let's see if we can bring our heels towards the backs of our mat. Cultivating strength and stillness here in our down dog. And taking another cleansing breath. So big inhale. Tongue out. Full exhale. On our next inhale, we're going to find our right leg high for 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring our right knee to our nose. Keep it hovered. Inhale, right leg high for 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring our right knee through to low lunge. We're going to keep that left knee lifted. Airplane our arms behind our backs. And inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And that's okay if we lose our balance. We just get back up and try again. See if we can bend our right knee as best as we can over our right ankle. Exhale, we're going to swim our arms back behind us. We're going to interlace our fingertips, straighten out the arms as best as we can. And on our exhale, or actually before our exhale, if it's easier, our left heel, let's turn it at a 45-degree angle just to kind of stabilize our foundation here. Straighten our arms in the spine. And exhale, we're slowly going to melt forward into a humble warrior with this bind, right shoulder inside that right knee. We won't stay here too long, just 2 full rounds of breath, opening up the heart, strengthening the legs. Inhale, slowly rise. So we're meeting each other here in Warrior 1. Exhale, slowly plant our hands down in front of us. On our next inhale, hover right knee to nose. We're going to hover right knee outside our right elbow. Right leg hovers straight back. And exhale, we're going to find push-up. Still keeping that right knee, right leg hovered. Drop that right foot down with our left. Inhale, cobra. Tuck the toes. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Let's balance this out with the left side. Let's stay here in downward facing dog for 2 more full rounds of breath. So on our next inhale, we're going to take our left leg high for 3-legged dog. We're going to bring our left knee to our nose, hovered. Inhale, left leg high for 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that left knee through to low lunge. Airplane our arms behind our backs. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead to find ourselves in this lunge. Left knee bends over our left ankle, best as we can. Next exhale, we're going to swim our arms back behind us. Drop our right heel, so it's at a 45-degree angle. Straighten out this bind. And on our next exhale, we're going to bend forward. See if we can bring our left shoulder inside that left knee here in this humble warrior for 2 full rounds of breath. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead in our warrior one. Exhale, windmill our hands down. Let's lift our right heel. Next inhale, bring and hover left knee to nose. Hover our left knee outside our left elbow. Hover our left leg straight back. Finding ourselves here in this plank with our left leg hovered. Exhale, low plank with that left leg hovered. Drop that left foot back down to meet our right. Inhale, find cobra. And exhale, up the feet. On our next inhale, come high onto our tippy toes, gaze forward, micro bend the knees on the exhale. Inhale, let's hop up to the tops of our mats. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Keep the knees at a micro bend. Airplane our arms behind our backs. Inhale, let's find chair pose here. Arms in line with the ears. Core engaged. Exhale, maybe we can sink lower into our chair. Exhale, airplane the arms back. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, melt back down into our fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, lift the heels. Maybe now instead of stepping back, we can lightly hop back, not dumping all the pressure in your spine. So before we do that, I will just show you. So instead of doing this, just like we've been practicing in our planks, fingertips as wide as they can be, hug our knees in towards our chest, keep our back flat, core is tucked up and in, and let's find our vinyasa. So exhale, low plank. Inhale this time, upward facing dog. So tops of our feet are to the mat, thighs are hovered. Tuck the toes, come over onto the heels to find downward facing dog. On our next inhale, let's find our right leg high for 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring that right knee through to low lunge. Airplane our arms behind our back. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And because we have our right knee bent, let's bring our left elbow underneath our right to find eagle arms. So creating space in the shoulder blades. Bend deeper into that right knee. Let's make sure our right toes are all as wide as they can be. We're going to lift that left heel. We're going to shift our weight forward. See if we can bring our eagle arms to the tops of our right knee. See if we can hover that left leg and find flight. Exhale, slowly drop our left leg. Inhale, unwind our eagle arms back to our low lunge. Exhale, drop our left hand inside our right leg. Right arm reaches nice and long overhead. We're going to drop our left heel to the outside edge of our left foot. And we're slowly going to hover and bring our right foot on top of our left to find side plank. Exhale, let's find neutral plank. And then exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale, let's find our left leg high for three-legged dog. Exhale, bring our left knee through to low lunge. Airplane our arms behind our backs. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And just balancing out the arms. Exhale, bring our right elbow underneath our left. Once again, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Making sure our left toes are as wide as they can be. Left knee is stabilized. Exhale, slowly drop eagle arms down towards that left knee. Lift that right heel off the mat. When we're ready, inhale, take flight, and hover that right leg. Won't stay here too long. Exhale, slowly drop our right leg down. Inhale, unwind our eagle arms. Exhale, drop our hands to the mat. Right hand stays inside our left foot. Inhale, left arm reaches nice and long overhead to find this universal stretch. We're going to drop to the outside of our right foot. Slowly hover and bring our left foot on top of our right to find side plank. Exhale, bring our left hand down to meet our right. And exhale, let's find vinyasa. So low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Let's take another cleansing breath, slowing it down now. Tongue out. We'll exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, bring it through to find pigeon pose. So remember, two variations of our pigeon. If our right shin is at a 45-degree angle, we want to point those toes. If it's 90, parallel the top of our mat. We want to flex our right toes towards that right knee to protect it. Hands come by our hips. And exhale, fold forward. We can either rest on a block or reach our hands forward in front of us or rest onto our forearms for a few more full rounds of breath. Three more full rounds of breath here. Slowly come back up onto the palms. We're going to tuck our left toes back behind us. We're going to slide that left knee forward. So we're in this modified tabletop. Inhale, we're going to hover our right knee outside our right elbow. Inhale, we're going to kick our right heel up towards the sky, feet flexed. Inhale, hover right knee outside our right elbow. And then just trace 3 circles with that right knee and hip. And then trace those circles in the opposite direction. After the 3rd circle, we're going to drop our right foot back behind us. Inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. So we find this modified wild thing. One more full round of breath. Next inhale, let's bring our right knee back to meet our left. So we're in tabletop. Next inhale, Tuck our toes, hover our knees, and exhale, reach our heel towards the backs of our mats for our second to last down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring our left knee through. Once again, to find our pigeon pose. So either pointing our left toes, if our left shin is at a 45-degree angle, with parallel to the top of our mat, we're going to flex our left toes to protect that left knee. Hands come by our hips. And that's okay if one hip is tighter than the other. It's just showing us the imbalances we may face in our body. That's okay. I won't say there will never not be balance, but there will always be different times in our life where our right hip or our left hip may be tighter than others. And that's what's amazing about cultivating this compassionate conversation with our body. I digress. We can come onto the forearms, extend our arms forward in front of us, or use some assistance. Wherever we are, a few more full rounds of breath. Three more full rounds of breath here. Slowly come up onto the palms, tuck our right toes, slide that right knee forward. So we're in this modified tabletop. Inhale, we're going to hover left knee outside our left elbow. Left leg kicks back, so like this fire hydrant kick. Toes are flexed. Inhale, left knee outside our left elbow. And just trace 3 circles with that left knee and hip. And then trace those circles in the opposite direction. And after that third circle, we're going to drop our left foot back behind us. As we inhale, left arm comes overhead to find this modified wild thing. 2 more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, we're going to drop our left hand back to the tops of our mats. Bring our left knee back to meet our right in tabletop. Mindfully drop our hips side to side. Once more on each side. Tucking our toes. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, reach our heels towards the backs of our mats for our last downward facing dog of our practice. Let's take another cleansing breath. Big inhale through the nose. Tongue out. Double exhale. Just activating that parasympathetic response in the body, stimulating cellular rejuvenation and regeneration. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, hop our feet towards the outside of our hands to find ourselves in this deep squat. Using our elbows to really open up the hips. Spine nice and long. Staying here for 3 more full rounds of breath. Exhale, slowly drop our glutes. Inhale, hug our knees in towards our chest. Slowly roll onto our backs. Inhale, legs reach straight overhead. Maybe we can grab our toes with our fingers or the backs of our calves, wherever we are. Just stay here for 3 full rounds of breath. On our next exhale, bend our knees, grab the outside of both of our feet to find ourselves here in happy baby. Elbows inside the knees, and just mindfully rock side to side in our happy baby. Stay here neutral, center in our happy baby for 3 more full rounds of breath. On our next exhale, bring our knees together to touch. Wrap our forearms around our knees to give ourselves a big embrace. Exhale, we're going to drop the bottoms of our feet and flay our knees in towards each other. 2 more full rounds of breath here. Unclench any lingering tension in the jaw. Soften our shoulders away from the ears. And then bringing our knees back center. Extend our left leg. Hug that right knee in towards our chest. Trace 8 circles with that right ankle. Balance the circles in the opposite direction. And then drop our right knee outside our left foot. Extend our right arm out to the right side of our body, gazing over our right shoulder in the supine twist. Three more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, bring that right knee back through center. Slowly extend our right leg straight out to meet our left. Inhale, hug our left knee in towards our chest. Trace 8 circles with that left ankle. And then balance our circles in the opposite direction. And slowly drop our left knee over our right leg. Extend our left arm out towards the side, gazing over our left shoulder. In our supine twist for a few more full rounds of breath. Three more full rounds of breath here. Inhale. Slowly bring your left leg down to meet your right. Drop our hands beside our hips. Let out one last shimmy from your shoulders, away from your ears. Let's do a little body wiggle. Let out one last cleansing breath. Biggest inhale we've taken all day. Tongue out. We'll exhale. Softly close the eyes. Cover your eyes with your t-shirt, pillow. Whatever will help you bring your awareness back to your breath and back to feeling the sensations of your body for a few moments of stillness. Two options: you can pause this and rest longer in Shavasana, or we'll begin to come out of it by wiggling our fingertips and our toes, slowly bringing movement back to our body, acknowledging how we are feeling now compared to the beginning of our practice. Slowly going to bend our knees, drop our body over towards the right, slowly press up to meet each other in easy seated pose. Hands to our heart center in prayer position, honoring your efforts and the efforts of those shared around us. Cup your hands over your heart to honor that intention you set. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week.